What's happening in the valuations of aircraft? Are they, what are the main influences at the moment? Are they holding up? Is the US dollar value, like what are the main things that are feeding into the valuations at the moment?
With the global pandemic, some of the actual original equipment manufacturers have either reduced or closed down their shops, and they've reduced their production rates. So the actual supply of new aircraft is either lower and or slower. And so, for example, a Robinson helicopter, of which there's 2,300 helicopters in Australia, and 65% of them are Robinsons. Well, the Robinson factory, if you want a new Robinson helicopter, you're looking at later this year to get a new one. So what that's doing is it's propping up the prices of the current secondary market. We're seeing the same thing in general aviation. Single engine aircraft, for example, a Cessna 172 or a 182, they're rare as hen's teeth at the moment, and people are having to pay a premium for them. But there's other aircraft that are not as popular and not as in demand. The prices are languishing accordingly. It's all about supply and demand, as we all know.
Yeah, I think, look, David's point is exactly right. It's all about supply and demand. If you think about where the demand is and what's happening globally with international transport, they're essentially long-haul international aircraft are the wide-body aircraft. So you're thinking 330s, you're thinking 767s, et cetera. They're just not in demand because nobody's flying them. As opposed to, you look at 737-800s, which is obviously the Virgin fleet. Qantas are flying those. They're flying A320s. So the domestic businesses are demanding those smaller aircraft, those short haul aircraft. So that's where the values are going accordingly. There's no doubt that the values have come down on those 737-800s, for example, but not to the extent of the wide bodies.